Welcome to the Seven Crosses series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 3rd of November 1999, which means we're going into winter. And what I want to do in this part is bring online my electronics industry, plus go round and see if we can sort out any of issues, try and find ways to increase loyalty. But before that, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me so much to think about. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the fact we've had Community Report 43, which gives us a little bit of an insight in how the foul water supply is going to work. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but the one thing I am going to talk about is the fact that it's going to use gravity, which is going to introduce a fairly unique mechanic. I can't off the hand remember any game, especially city building game, that actually had a requirement for gravity. Most water systems have always been pumped. And what the devs are saying is, I don't want that, we need to come into here, is that we're going to have to use the measurement tool. So, for example, if we were going to run a sewage system from here, what we'd have to do is kind of look at this and see if there's actually a gradient. You can see there it says the maximum is minus 27.25, and you can actually see the elevation profile in the center there. Now, of course, this is a run across the surface, but what that would mean is that if we were running a foul water system from Coalville here, what we'd have to do is run a pipeline down to this water here. Now, my other comment I would say about the fact of the sewage disposal is the fact that if we've got any maps that don't have any water on them, it's going to have a little bit of an issue going forward. I think that what we may need to do is come up with some alternative for air when you're working on a map where you're a long way away from water, but I'm sure the modding community will come up with something eventually. Now, before we get into what I want to do here, what I want to do now is just show you this shop here. This shop, despite putting a completely new shop in here, we are still having a few issues around workers trying to get into here. I'm hoping that this is still the result of people catching up with the food, because if it isn't, we're going to have a little bit of a problem from that area. Change I've made is over here. I've given up on my tourist town for the moment. What I've done is I've moved. Oh, we got one person left here, one hero of the Republic, because what I've done is moved everybody else out, disabled the people moving in, so that I can just forget about this for the moment. Got enough income to let the vehicles run backwards and forwards and entertain themselves, because what I want to do is focus a lot more on this area here and build up the population a little bit. We are building a prison over here, and I mean, most of the rest of the stuff is in here. I don't know what the loyalty in this area is. I've got to no, the loyalty is abysmal here, so we're just going to drop you down a little bit. Now, I don't know if you guys any noticed, but this block here has only got a 3% loyalty. And I'll say Bill Joe kind of put out a very interesting observation related to orphanages, that if you allow large numbers of people to move in, especially coming from orphanages, what happens is that you get everybody here with, like, so what we got here is everybody's got 0 or 2% loyalty. So what I've actually done is we've set a little bit of an experiment up here. There's only one building here that will be accepting. Actually, where is it? Gotta find it. Here it is here. And at the moment, the loyalty is 23%. So this is the only building in this area that's going to accept residents automatically. And another reason for doing that is that back over in Coalville, we have lost a little bit of a population. Actually, I've gone. Where have I gone? I'm starting to get lost on my map here. So, because of our food problems here, we have lost a little bit of population here, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. What I want to do is to ensure this population stays full through this current crisis. So what we're going to have to do is keep an eye on over 21s here, and then move them manually like we used to do before. What I want to do now is actually bring this electronics industry online, and what I've already done is I've set up a distribution train here. I don't know if it's actually started working yet, because so what I've done is I've set up the distribution office here with respect to train picking up electronics and plastics and bringing them into this area. And I think this is one of the really nice things about the new rail distribution offices, is that you can add something in very quickly and actually control what is being imported and what is being exported. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do is get some workers up into here. We're only going to need about 30 workers here. So we're going to come here and work up a bus. Actually, we'll pick up 2 and get a couple of these, and we're going to set this. Now, this will be a permanent bus route because there'll be no tram line to it. So we're going to pick up from here and deliver to here. I'm going to call you still mech comp. And we're just going to click you there. And we're just assign you guys here. Line spacing enabled. I'm assuming this would be the correct one. Just get rid of you. Make sure, yeah, you're over here, and you're going to drop off. And what we're going to do is just get up to here. Don't want 325 mechanical components in here because don't really want to drain all the steel out, because all this is going to need to do is supply mech components to over to here. And we've got some trucks here which I've already kind of pre-purchased, and you're going to pick up from here mech components, and you're going to deliver to there. Make this 100%. Can't remember. Yeah, we can put 32 tons of mech components in, and then you're going to pick up electronics from here and deliver them to here. Game just, well, you can put everything you can in here. We'll just increase that a smidge. What we're going to do now is we're going to come here, and this is the pickup point now. And what we need to do is find the Stilton cargo depot here, and you're going to pick up, this is going to be your electronics pickup point. So hopefully as we get momentum and we start producing electronics here, once everyone's got into place and we've got the workers and we've got the, actually we got one thing as well, mistake, you're gonna pick up and you're gonna deliver to there as well. Electronics and plastics, and you're going to keep dropping them into here. Let's just make sure. Electro components 22 tons. I think that might be a bit high. Where's plastics? Maybe we'll just sneak that down. Don't want any electronics in here. Want electronics to go that way. Make components. Yeah, I think that will work. What we want here is 100% electronics. We just keep producing that as much as possible. And hopefully what we'll do is the trains will flow and we will get our electronics working. And what I'm hoping is that those electronics will slowly spread across the map. No over 21s at the moment. Now, so that's the first thing I want up and running. Just while we're over here, we'll just show you the steel industry here is, we've got 135 tons of steel in here, which is really brilliant. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to flip this guy to pick up his steel from here. Now, I've been a bit negligent with respect to my construction offices at the moment, because what I'm trying to focus on at the moment is simply this area here and the getting this up and running, which means we do need to think a little bit about what's going on here. Let me just see, so we just check this office and see what you've only got a couple of jobs. You've got a cinema. I would like to get the prison built. Got that there. We got the cinema being built. I think I'd like now to start working a little bit in this area. We certainly would like to get the end of that built. These towers as well. Got a couple of towers here that need to be built. And probably we need to start working on our iron mine. Now the next area I want to look at is, I've set up distribution lines to bring out bitumen and cement out to here. If we've got unemployed workforce in here, which I think we've got a few people that are not working. What I'd like to do is start to bring this online, so then we can start moving the construction offices out. And once it's really stable supply system, what we can do then is start work on sending the helicopters here. So I know the happiness is too low. Where is that? I've got real issues with happiness at the moment, but if you look here, it seems to be completely rotating around. It's a problem with kindergarten there as well, which is a little bit of a cause for concern. Why don't you have access to a kindergarten? You should do. Let me just... We're not getting the problems with kindergartens now, are we? I could drop in a very small kindergarten here, but would it be worth it? It's just the one off building. I think the problem is you're probably just a little bit too far away from things. Although you should... Yeah, this kindergarten is full, and we're probably getting that efficiency problems. I don't know whether the efficiency problem would suffer. I mean, I could sneak in a very small kindergarten in this corner. I mean, we're going into full kind of survival mode now. Kindergarten. See what we got. Kindergarten. When we got this one here, it should take 8.3 tons. The corner one. There is a really small one like that. We could kind of tuck on this corner or put in somewhere. Probably put it about there, couldn't we? I think that will work. It won't take many staff. I don't think this office is really doing very much at the moment. So we can get you there. And then eventually when this is built, we can actually allow you to move forward. I think somebody actually posted a comment saying that you need to go for, rather than big centralized buildings, you need to move more towards smaller buildings providing services in order to be able to distribute them across the map. And I think that's pretty true, actually. If we're going to keep things going during these initial crises. So actually, I think what we will do is I'm just going to get the helicopter guys on that. Right, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we were working on the possibility of... I've got quite a few workers there. I think if I can hook a couple of minibuses from this area, quite small ones actually. Let's see, anything smaller. We've got 7 passengers. If we get a couple of those, again, we'll just haul that over there. Get back over to here. Pick up there. Got to drop off both of them as well. Bowl concrete. This. Oops. So call you bowl concrete. Get you there. Okay, we'll put the line spacing on, and we're get you there. Don't want passengers, and again, just get you there, and we'll just wait for the workers to get out here and get this stabilized. Whoops. Thank you, game. And then what that will mean is we'll be able to bring in Coalville. See, these guys don't have any more work to do at the moment, so I think we're going to bring him over here as well. I think that is a... I think we'll build that. Don't feel the need for any more buildings here. What we got here, that's a power line going out that way to somewhere it comes to here. I think that could be useful. Get you there, and possibly get you working on all that bus platform would be quite nice as well. So we've got that working there. We just see how, see if we got anything. Not seeing any workers in here. Then again, we're on slow speed. I'm just going to speed the game up. We need the workers in here. Thought I'd set a route up. Oh no, we haven't sent the workers. Okay. That's my fault, guys. Sorry about that. We haven't actually set up the workers to the electronics factory yet, have we? Again, I'm just going to reduce the workforce down. I mean, I want a good workforce in here, but I don't want to use thing. Yeah, no workers. Yes, because I forgot. Buy buses. I wouldn't mind something with a little bit more to it. I think if we get a couple of these, and again, we're going to set a proper route up here. I'm a bit aware that we're pulling lots of people out of this area, and we'll call you Stilton Electronics. I can't spell electronics, so just here. Okay, and you. Get you going, line spacing. Get you in there. And hopefully we will get the electronics going. I think if we can get electronics flowing into our communities, that will actually improve the overall happiness. At the moment we're holding at 60%, but it's not brilliant, and that is putting it mildly. Come back to here and see what's going on. So we've got some electronics in, and hopefully this is going to hold up. Now another problem area we got is meat. If I come up over here, and I am thinking, oops, I've shut down a couple of these because these are not really bringing in there. And what I'm starting to think that we're getting more and more workforce into here, but what I'm starting to consider is possibly getting rid of this field and actually putting another one of these in, because we could get a work. In fact, I think I'm going to do it. So we're just going to demolish this field. because I think we're going to get more if we can get another livestock farm in here. But what I'm hoping is, I'm just sorry, apologies, I'm going to pause again. I'm going to see if I can find anything that's, I mean, what's the production here? 10 tons of meat. Right, not the slaughterhouse, isn't it? It's the livestock farm we need. The moment we've got a livestock farm that produces 5 tons of meat a time, what I'm looking for is possibly a livestock farm that may give us a bit more than that. It's going to take a little bit of hunting, this is, but I'll be right back once I actually found a possible candidate. Okay guys, welcome back. I found this livestock farm. Makes 15 tons of crops and it produces 7.5 tons of livestock, so the ratio is pretty good. And so what I'm hoping is that we can get you, and if we can get that connection there, so if we can get you in there like that, of course we'll need to put a road connection into, oops, like that. Except you, can we get a footpath, any footpath connection in? Yeah, we got a footpath connection there, so just come around to there. Except what we'll have to do, I've pressed in this area, this drop off point here, and what we should be able to do if possible is get this built as well. So what we're going to do is get these guys on this to begin with. And get this construction farm. Why have I got a large farm up here? I think you can assist as well, like that, and we'll get this working. Yeah, we just lost some crops. Part of the problem I've got now is, if I show you here, is because we're getting reduced efficiency, we're not consuming the crops. But at the same time, I'm accepting these losses for the moment, simply because the alternative is that I actually export the crops. But I think I've got enough income coming in at the moment. Well, we lost a pile of money because I bought a train. You can see here, vehicle imported 7 million. So that's a little bit deceptive, but that's the way it is. Let's just see. We're still not getting any over 21s, but we should be getting them moving into this block. This is building up very slowly, but let me just have a quick look at the loyalty. This is improving. It's actually gone up 2%. What I've been doing is trying to put down quite a lot of monuments and things, anything to try and improve my loyalty, because the loyalty is the real pain in the neck. At the moment it's 28% average, and things are kind of working very, very slowly. Let's just Skype back over to here, see if we're actually right. We're actually producing electronics. That's great. If we can start shipping them over, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Heating problem. Where's the heating problem? Oh, well, I know you've got a heating problem over here because there is nothing over here. One downside I've found with this new update is the sheer number of notifications for low happiness, low loyalty, everything else like that. It's a little bit of a problem, but at the same time, I don't really want to switch them off. So like here, it's telling us that we've got low loyalty. Yes, thank you, game. That's the way it is. And the next thing I want to do is, now I'm building another courthouse over here, but the other thing I've also realized is we've got a potential heating problem here. So what I've done here, in fact, that should, we need to get the helicopter crews working on that. Go underground. Is that been allocated? Yep. Got to do the heating terminal here. I think it should be in range of power. If it's not, we can fix that as well. yeah, we got a power terminal there. I was a bit worried about the heating in this area, so I've drawn a heating from here because I think I'm trying to remember where I read it or watched it. Someone was saying that the heating plants now, you're going to have to plan multiple heating plants to towns as well. Got the prison here. The only real problem I got with the prison, it will be actually workforce. Actually, let's just see how we've still got this whole backlog of crimes, but I think I mean, I haven't actually ever checked the overall crime rate recently. I mean, we've got a little bit of issue with criminality here. Let's just have a look down here and see what the crime rate is here. I mean, I think part of the problem is actually over here in Coalville, because let's have a look. When we got more than maximum number of people, but they seem to have trouble processing crime. It's almost like this courthouse is actually overloaded. That's the reason why I'm building a second courthouse. But we seem to be getting prisoners, although escape. We've lost 284 prisoners this year, but of course we had that collapse where we had problems. I have been dotting in more and more monuments, which you guys have constantly recommended to me, is keep dropping in monuments and things like that to keep improved loyalty. In fact, let's just do a bit of a loyalty check. I mean, 30%. It's not brilliant, is it? But it is improving a little bit. It's 23% here, 26% here. I mean, I'm literally putting in monuments left, right, and centre, but I mean, we got double monuments here. I mean, we got 2.6 there. I mean, this one's covering this whole area here. Why is this one not covering anything? Yes, it is. See, this is covering the local area here. I mean, I've got no idea what the full saturation to do with monuments actually is, but this seems a bit crazy. I mean, I've got another monument there. I've got in here, I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but here, if I zoom right in, I've got a speaker, which is kind of affecting these blocks. And this is plus 10% for 50 meters. But you can see the loyalty here is still only 21%. I just can't work out at the moment why the loyalty keeps dropping back down again. Because I've got my, not the kindergarten, where's the school? There's a school here. I mean, I've got teachers with giving a loyalty of 35%. As part of the problem is the orphanages, because people coming out of orphanages seem to have incredibly low loyalty, despite the fact we've got a government body here that's actually done this, and they're getting 24% propaganda, but for some reason, despite giving them loads and loads of propaganda, you still got this -9%. And that, to me, that doesn't make sense, and there doesn't seem to be a way that you can reduce this. You can see that, in fact, if you hit them with propaganda, it seems to make them worse. Let me just pause the game because it's jumping up and down a bit. Oops, no. Anti-religious propaganda. I'll be honest, I can't see how this mechanism works. Plus, it actually encourages them to crime. So, again, if you look at this, you've got them in here. They've got 25-26% potential, you know, towards crime. Now, I can understand the ones without an appropriate bringing, but I'm only assuming that, you know, we got here someone at 100% crime. These orphanages do seem to have a little bit of a problem. I have to admit, I'm starting to debate whether it's actually worth having orphanages in your economy, because once these people grow up and go into the community, they seem to cause more problems than they're actually worth. Just trying to find. The only thing I can think of is that eventually, once they get in the community, they actually do. But you've got this continuous kind of low-level kind of intrusion of things. Right, everything is moving. Obviously, we've sold a thing. Actually, one thing I haven't checked is my train construction. I think we'll start up here. This guy's out of work. He's got in that awkward stage at the moment. Actually, increase him to 4,000 if he can pick up. Actually, 3,000. Yeah, I don't think he's actually picking up any extra stuff at the moment. I mean, generally round here, things are going okay. I was considering actually sending another rail construction train up here to try and speed up the process, but you just see, what are these guys doing? We're down to 3 again. So just come here. You're building that tunnel. Looks like we've just got. So you're quite happily laying the track out that way. And where are you working on? Oh, you're working above Volno. That's good. Which means that the missing job is down here. I don't think we've quite finished this area here. This is the job we need to do, is build into there. How are we doing again? So we are moving electronics from here, aren't we? 3.56 tons. Of course, one of the fringe benefits of manufacturing electronics here is that we should be starting to solve the electronics problem in this area. Yeah, we're getting a regular supply of electronics into here. 7.9 tons. That's okay. I think the more electronics we get into here, the better, I think. Let's have a look at our over 21s. Still not getting anyone, but the population is holding up. And happiness is. I actually saw a theatre. Where is it? Go through these. This one here. I wasn't aware that I was building a theatre. Okay, where's this? Oh no, it's still. Why have you got 4 residents in? Wait, I don't want you in there. I know you're doing a stirring job, but I want you over here. Let's go another check, make sure. So I'm not exactly sure how we had 4 residents. I thought I cleared everybody out of here. Yep, you're gone. Got 2 residents here. We get you over into. Well, you could probably put them anywhere actually, but we rescued another couple of residents. I mean, let's have a look at the population. It's kind of holding static. The moment we're getting more births than deaths, but we're still getting quite a regular supply of escapees. So overall, we're not really growing, are we? Average productivity is 62%. Average lifespan is 75. That's pretty bad, actually. I think that might account for why my population is not growing. Let's just do a bit of a health check then. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's still, it's 88%. Of course, it's winter as well. I'm pretty sure winter does reduce health. What is the average loyalty now? 28% again. I just can't seem to get the loyalty above 30% at the moment. Not sure why, but that is the way it is. We got. still not getting any deliveries of cement. We just have a look round. What are you guys working on? You're not actually doing anything at the moment, are you? My instinct is to possibly move you up to over here as well, because increasingly your job is going to come this way. I think if we give you small jobs, but you're not going to have the concrete, are you? I think I'm just going to leave him for the moment, to be honest. I think probably part of the problem is that my concrete delivery trucks are working up here to fill this up. Yeah, we got 86 tons of concrete here. Did I move you over? I think I moved you over, didn't I? Let me just see. I want to double check. Nicomo. I want you up here as well, because you're going to be operating in this area. Concretes and asphalt here. And if we finish the roads in... How are we doing over here? We haven't quite finished the road. What we might do is get a little bit of a leg on now. In fact, I think what we can do is we go back over to here. Let me just see. I think these guys have got, I mean, again, they're most of the, what the road crew's doing is providing delivery support, but if we come here, come here, in fact, I think we're going to get all our crews on here, use the helicopters. I don't think the helicopters are building much in the way of roads at the moment. So we can get this built here as well. And of course what we're going to need is a distribution office that will... And what does this distribution office actually do? It's mainly moving cattle here and unloading in... Where are you unloading? There. I'm not exactly sure. He's probably picking up cattle, meant to be picking up cattle from these two fields, which I'm not using anymore. Yeah, moving crops. So what we're going to need is another small distribution office up here as well, because we're going to need to move the crops from here to here, keep this full. So what we're going to do is drop a small distribution office in here. I think we can... cannot build due to infrastructure. I think we could actually... Can I sneak it on this point here? Yeah. Give a little bit of a road distance there. Get the helicopter crews in on that and that. Take them long to build it. I mean, this is an example that at the moment, because of the lower production, we're just not consuming the crops in the way that we've done before. At least the closed production is holding up. I don't think we've got any problems with that. Let's come back over here. Let me just see. Now, I think I'm aware I'm running out of time, so what I'm going to do is we're going to do a bit of a loyalty check now and see how things are going and see if we need any more monuments or something. The loyalty here is 29%, but moves up to 31% there. Again, I think it might be partly electronics. And we got lots and lots of people walking around here. I'm trying to see if there's any monuments in here. It's a little bit difficult against the white. There's kind of part of me, we got this medium commune here, and I'm just wondering whether maybe to up modernize, because this is only 60. And I mean, do we have any unemployment in here? Where's the mayor's office? I think the mayor's office is one of these buildings. It is here. We've got a tiny amount of unemployment. Remove you. How's the pollution here? Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take you lot, and we're going to use our executive focus and come send you up to here. You guys are going to work on the frontier now. I'm going to put you into here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put you all in here like that. That means that should actually bring up the average loyalty in this area. I suppose this is one way to do it. Then we're going to come back here, and we're going to use our modern planning permission, and we're going to zap you. I mean, it's going to look a little bit out of place, but what's these blocks here? 231. I think they'd be quite good. And then we're just going to trim out this stuff here. We can possibly get 2 blocks in here. I just feel that I need some more population in this area. It's probably 231. We could go 377. I think that looks a little bit out of place, doesn't it? So we'll go 231 here. And we'll just put you in it. Actually, could we get 2 in here? I could get you right up against that building there. Could we get that too close? I mean, maybe a smaller block alongside it. And maybe go extra small. Well, I don't know how that gets classified. 500. Wow. Let me just see. Can we get? Got 231 there. We got here 22 workers. No, it's not worth it. Let me just see. Got so many blocks here. 125 workers. That's no good. 135. We possibly get this kind of shoehorn on 135 here. I think we will. I'll just drop you there. And then where's my road crew that's got absolutely nothing else to do? You can get in here. Oh, they're not a road crew actually, they're a construction crew. And I think we'll just get some new residents in here. Now we are going to suffer a little bit from the perspective of the fact that we're going to have less workers, but for a little while, but we'll be okay. Soviet propaganda. So we're getting a little bit of positive from the TV. I'm just wondering whether can we push that up a little bit. Cultural influence. What about my radio station? Is that actually? How are we doing over the radio station? Can we get a little bit more across the map? Become true believers in the communist regime. And I think just to finish off, we're going to go up and see how Olantun is actually kind of surviving. I've actually got to put a Sputnik monument in here as well. This gives us an extra 450. So what's the loyalty like here? See, this is where I always seem to plateau. I seem to get to about 31, 34%, and then that's where I seem to get stuck. Just get in here. If we just take a quick look at our, we get 3840. I think part of the problem is the fact that if I show you here, is that maybe no, that's not the good example. This is the school's the good example. If you click this, it goes up to 40%. And if I do that, what we'll do is we probably won't get enough people, teachers in here to keep this education system going. I mean, I think if we can get it so we can consistently educate our children to 40%, it could make a bit of difference. I mean, still got very low loyalty here. Lots and lots of alcohol addiction as well. Missing supplies. Oh, we got no food here. Oh, we got a problem. Houston, have we got a problem? We got food in here. So why are you not getting food? What is the problem here? Let's just push that up a bit. Is this filled up? This hasn't done the usual derpy thing of yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to kind of reduce you down a little bit. Yeah, that's a bit of a fail, but we'll be okay now. We should be able to get food into here and feed our orphans. That's probably been there a long time. I just haven't noticed it. I think over here things are going reasonably well. And I'm just going to shoot back to Coalville and just see how things are going here. Just check the legal system. We've got lots and lots of people being on trial. We've got quite a lot of people in prison. Zero loyalty, zero loyalty. Obviously, people in prison don't do anything. Oh, while we're at it, actually, I just want to talk about a change that has been made. It was made as part of the last update, which I can't remember offhand what it is. They've now changed the crime and justice so that there's now a sliding scale for when you first start out. And the impression I get from what the devs have said is that up until the first, you get a population of 12,000. The impact of crime is less. So if you've got a very small population, and this is, remember, this is your overall economy, not the population of one town, the effect of crime is quite small. So when you first start out, you don't need it. But eventually, as your population grows, the effect of crime will become more severe. So that's something that could be quite worth exploring about, and something I do want to look at before the next update drops. And when I mean the next update, that will be the water update. We've got a prison out here that's not quite finished yet. Let me just check here. This is being built. It says capacity here, but we haven't finished building the underground, what we call it. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.